Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Tuesday night with One Crafty Sister. My name is Jennifer Hill, and I am excited to be here with you for another Tuesday night of a free card class. Hello, Karen. If you are tuning in live, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, I'd love it if you would just drop a comment to let me know that you're here. Tell me hi, and let me know how your week is going. It is Tuesday, and I come every Tuesday night, unless there's an emergency or a holiday, but I come every Tuesday night to share 3 or 4 projects with you to inspire you to create with the products that you already have in your house or in your craft room or at your craft desk. And also, if you are so inspired by a product, to share with you how you can get those. So tonight I am going to be sharing some projects with the It's Okay stamp set. This is one of our online exclusives, and I really love this stamp set, not only for the images, but for the sentiments. Sometimes it's important to send cards when we don't have the right words. And that's when people need the cards the most. Like, think about when you might need a card or really be touched by receiving a card. And so this stamp set is for all of those times. Lots of really awesome sentiments. I'll flip the camera down in just a second. Hi, Evelyn, and share a little more with you. But I just wanted to let you know that this is the very last week of being able to use a host code. So I've kind of been telling you guys, I sent some information out in email to my email list. The host code era is coming to an end. So this week is our last week to use the host code before we go live with our new Stampin' Rewards program. And I'm so excited for you to be able to access that new Stampin' Rewards program, because you're now going to earn your own rewards every time you spend $20 or more with me. So that is just really exciting that you get to bank up those rewards, and maybe you'll take and cash them in on a bigger purchase, or maybe you'll just put a little bit towards your order each month and it'll just kind of knock a little off the top. But our new system goes into effect on the 15th, next week, on April 15th. But they do need some time to do some conversions. And we have to, as demonstrators, we have to close out any of our host codes at the end of the 13th, the business day of April 13th. So this week, my host code special, my free class special, ends a day early. So it's actually going to end on the 13th. At noon, so that I'm able to close out the order before the end of my day. And so the special this week is with any purchase of $40 or more, you're going to get the kit to make all 4 of the beautiful cards that I'm going to share with you tonight. All you'll need is your own stamp set and inks. Now, I'm using the It's Okay. I'm sure you might have another stamp set, but I really love this, and we don't like these sentiments are ones that I haven't seen in any of our stamp sets before, and that's why I really like them. At $50, you'll also get a bonus pack of embellishments of my choice. And at $75 and up, the bigger your order is, the bigger it will get. But at $75, you will receive a mystery packet of product from my Stampin' Up! Retired collection here. Some of it may be still brand new, unused, full packs, ribbons, embellishments, paper, maybe a stamp set, maybe a bundle. The more you shop, the more I will send to you in the gift. Okay, so this is like my farewell gift to the host codes. All right, so let's flip the camera down and talk a little bit more about this stamp set, and I will start doing some stamping. Okay, so this is that stamp set. It's okay. All right. And sometimes we need to say it's okay. So it has 2 graphic images here, this branch or leaves and this butterfly. It also has these little dots, spots, whatever you want to call it, little texture stamp. But the sentiments on here, it's enough if all you did today was survive. Take your time. I'm here for you when you're ready. What can I do to help? Sometimes we need to ask people what we can do to help, right? It's okay to try again tomorrow. Sometimes it's just good that we made it through the day, right? Inhale, exhale, and it's okay to sit and simply feel how you feel. These sentiments really hit home for me. Like, you know, we all have those times when we might need to send one of these cards to ourselves because we need to hear this. You know, these would be great to kind of make little cards to keep with you, for you to remind you that it's okay if it's enough if all you did today was survive, because we might be going through our own things, right? So, beautiful stamp set. I love the images. This is from our online exclusives. If you love this stamp set, this is the number for the stamp set, 165425. It's a $24 stamp set. This is one that you will definitely keep in your collection for a lot of years. You will not want to get rid of this stamp set. Okay? So let's start stamping. How about that? Let's start stamping. All right, so I am going to be using some of the Mixed Florals Designer Series paper today. The Mixed Florals has some really beautiful graphic images on one side, some black and whites, and also some watercolor washes on the B sides. This is just a black and white piece of Floral Designer Series paper. I am going to just really quick with this lightest petal pink, I'm going to color in some of the flowers. So I just want to take and color in these little flowers. I wasn't going to do this. This wasn't in my plan, but as I was looking at it, I'm like, I think that would look really pretty if we just colored these flowers. And they don't have to be completely colored or perfect. We're just kind of adding some color to them. So drop an emoji, like just drop a heart in the comments if you have had anyone in the last, like, say, month that has been going through a hard time. So let me know by putting a heart in the comments to let me know that you have known someone, or maybe even yourself. You don't have to, by putting the heart, it will not indicate whether it's you or someone else. But just drop that heart and let me know that you or someone else you know has maybe gone through something tough in the last month. I know that I've had some family members that have been going through some tough things. I have a customer that recently lost her husband. I have a coworker that I know is struggling with her mom's illness. I have a friend struggling with her own anxiety, right? We all know someone that is going through something. All right, so I just took and added a little bit of color there. Now I'm gonna take and layer these two pieces here using my Seal Plus to layer these. Oops, let's see here if I can get it straight. Yeah, we all know someone. So that's what these cards are all about tonight. All right, let me go ahead and fold this card base. Get my bone folder out here. And we have a gift. If you make cards, this is a gift that we have to be able to help people. So Don't forget about that. Oh, you know what? I left something on my printer. I do this every week. I think I can do this without my printer. I had like some tips and things printed out. Okay, so from our stamp set, we are going to use on this one the It's Enough If All You Did Today Was Survive. I'm going to use that stamp. Let's see. And we're also going to use that really pretty butterfly. And I'm going to show, oops, butterfly on the floor. I'm going to show you guys a really cool trick for coloring this. Okay, let me just see something really quick here. I don't know if this is, you're probably not seeing, okay. It probably went blurry there for a second. I did something to my phone. Okay, so this says, it's enough if all you did today was survive. So I've got that. I'm using the Nested Essentials dies here. These are the Nested Essentials dies, and they are essentials. Now, these are on low inventory right now. They're not going anywhere that I know of, but they are on low inventory. This is the number for those, 161597. These are $34. I use all of these shapes, especially these two, a lot. So that's what we have our sentiment on, and we are going to stamp the butterfly, but I wanted to stamp it and color it. And I'm stamping it with Calypso Coral, and when you're supposed to use Tuxedo Black Memento ink when you use your Stampin' Blends to color. But I thought, like, I stamped the ink and then I went to color it and it was too much. Like, it bled, it didn't work right. But this, I came up with this, and so I wanted to show this to you. So I'm taking my Stampin' Blend, and I am going over this. This one is a little almost dry, so I'm just getting a bunch of ink out. So I'm gonna let this dry for just a second, and then I'm gonna stamp on top of it, okay? Let's just make sure it's dry for a second. So now I stamped it, and it has the color on it now that I wanted. Just the light petal pink with that Calypso Coral ink. Okay. And so then what I'm going to do is trim it out. Now, because I didn't want you to have to wait for that, I already have one trimmed out. Magic of TV. So here it is trimmed out, and it just has a little bit of color to it. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take and adhere this down. I'm trying to decide. I have some ribbon out here. I'm like, do I want to add ribbon to it? I'm not going to. I'm just going to put it down. Okay, so this was how our butterfly looked, and then I cut it out so you get that nice, soft, subtle color. Okay, this is going to be popped up on dimensionals. Okay. And then we are going to add this beautiful butterfly right up here. I'm going to add it on a dimensional. And then we need some embellishments. I am going to use these beautiful low profile dots today because they're great and they also match. So just going to take and sprinkle some dots around. I feel like I want to have one there. I'm going to put extra because I can. Okay, so there is the first card. Now, if you want, I always have my Wink of Stella handy on my desk, always. So you can take and give your butterfly a brush of Wink of Stella. I always feel like butterfly wings they're not complete until they have Wink of Stella on them. I don't know if you feel that way. Does anyone else feel this way? Do you think that a butterfly has to have Wink of Stella on it? I mean, if you think about a real butterfly, if you look at their wings, they are sparkly. So why not make your paper ones sparkly? Okay. And this is essential to me as glue and dimensionals. Like, it just is an essential. All right, so just a simple, pretty, it's enough if all you did today was survive card. All right, so that is your card number 1. We're gonna move right along. Let me clean these stamps real quick. Yes, Karen, you agree with me. Hi, Patience. Hi, Karen Hicks. Carrie, see some other familiar faces and new faces here tonight. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share this card with you. This next card was inspired by a card that I received from a friend. So I just want to show you this cute card. Look at this cute card. So this card was made by my friend Jen. So her name is Jen too, and this little guy is on a wobble, like it's on a little mechanism that makes it wobble. But such a cute card. She gave me this card, and I love the layout, and so I wanted to use this layout for a card tonight. So I pulled out some paper and I took some measurements of her card, and we're gonna use this card as the inspiration for this card. So we'll just keep this over here as a reminder of what our card is. So I have a petal pink base here. And then this is a piece of Shy Shamrock, and this is one of the mixed florals patterns that we're going to add here. Oops. Do you ever get your like seal off the edge, the Seal Plus? It'll be sticking out and it's kind of shiny and you can see it. I just tuck it over if I do that, because it does happen sometimes. Just not paying attention, or you're moving too fast or whatever. Okay, so here is the first part. I'm gonna have to go get off my printer what I had, because one thing that we're doing tonight is a sketch, and I wanted to show you guys the sketch, and I printed it out, and that's why I wanted to go get it. Okay, so we are going to stamp a couple of things. We are going to stamp, oops, this beautiful leaf. We need bigger. Okay, So we are going to stamp a couple of these leaves. This. Okay. And then we're also going to stamp another butterfly. But we're not going to color this one. We're just going to stamp it on a piece of white. Like that. And then my sentiment. Oh, what was my sentiment going to be on this one? This one. Oh, it's okay. No, it's this one. Okay, pretty sure. Yeah. Take your time. I'm here when you're ready. That's the one for this one. I haven't decided which of these two colors I'm going to stamp the sentiment yet. Let's start with my pieces here. Okay, so we have these two leaves and we are going to trim them out, and look how fast I am. Look how fast I did that. Woo! Telling you, I'm getting good at this fancy cutting. I'm getting so good at this fancy cutting. Okay, so we have that. I do have to cut out this butterfly, but this butterfly is much easier and quicker to cut. So I can cut one thing out for y'all. The hardest part is the antenna. We'll skip around them for a second, come back to them. All right. So have y'all noticed that I tend to do a lot more nowadays of this, what I call fancy cutting? I've been doing it more than I've been even putting ribbon on my projects, because you girls know, you girls or guys or whoever is watching, you know, if you've watched me anytime, that I love ribbons and bows. So, but lately I've been loving fancy cutting, detailed cutting. I don't know why. Maybe because I've been liking stamp sets that don't have dies. It's a possibility. Although I'm sure I could find ways to stamp these images where I didn't have to cut them out. Okay, just getting them trimmed up well. All right, there's my butterfly. And what do we have to do? Put Wink of Stella on it. Now, since I stamped this, I don't know if I have enough ink on there to pull the ink. Probably not. But it looks pretty. It looks pretty. All right. We have our sentiment here. I think I am going to use the Shy Shamrock for our sentiment. It just feels right. That's a little low. I knew that I might get it too low. So that's why I have two pieces here. All right, that's much better. Now I'm going to take and just flag the end of this. You know, I love this tabletop. This is actually a tile. I don't know if I've ever really told you guys that, but this is a big 2 foot by 4 foot tile on the top of my desk because I wanted something different. I wanted the look of a tile. So I'm like, why not put a tile on it? And I found these big, big tiles. I love everything about it except my ring hits it and it's really loud. I don't know if it's loud when to you guys, but it's loud to me. All right. Add our sentiment. I'm just following her card pattern. So let's see, I'm following the pattern. I'm going to take and add the leaves with glue dot. By the way, for any of my Gator fans that are on the live tonight, go Gators. That was such an exciting game last night. Like, so exciting. I don't even like basketball, and I stayed up and watched the whole game. And David went to sleep. And I was like, well, oh well. I still cheered at the end of the game really loud, and the cats thought I was crazy. Okay, so we need some embellishments. So I'm going to go back to my low profile dots. And I'm just kind of following her lead on her card. Okay. So this is called casing. So this is when you take one card to help you make another. Oh, I totally forgot something that I wanted to do. I wonder if I could still do it. Hold on, we're gonna try to do this. Let's see if I can do this without messing the card up. I forgot that I was gonna use this little dotty thing to add texture around there. Let's see if I can make that happen. I totally forgot. Let's just see. We might be able to still accomplish it. Ooh. Let's see. This is risky. Got to go in and fill in the little spots that normally if I was doing this, I would rotate the stamp around and try to get all the places filled, but let's see. Almost. All right. That's not bad. Now, that's what I had intended to do. Huh. Karen, Yukon rules. Where were they last night? Where were they? Were they playing in the national championship last night? I don't think so. I was really impressed with both teams. All right, so there is my take on my friend Jen's card with the seaside, I think that's called Seaside Wishes. And there is my take on it using the it's okay, stamp set. Now, as I look at it, what I wish that I would have done is stamped this first so I could stamp it off, because I probably would like it a little more subtle, but I still like it. I think it looks really good. Ah, the girls one for Yukon. All right. Now I will tell you, even her crab here is loaded with Wink of Stella. So it makes sense that our butterfly would be full of Wink of Stella too. So there is card number 2, casing my friend Jen's adorable crab card. All right, are you guys ready for another card? All right, here we go. Card number 3. Now this card features the Countryside Corners dies, and now if you don't have these, you need to write this down and put this on your order. 161471, $19.60. These are on the last chance list. And if you don't have these, you need these layering shapes. You get all these different ones. And I use these all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, plus 7. So there's 6 layering shapes and then this little banner. Okay. So these are on sale for $19.60. They're on the last chance list, which when they're gone, they're gone. So I would snag these while you can. Okay, if you don't have them. Super awesome dies. All right. So I used it for our sentiment here. And this one, let's see, we are going to use the, which stamp set? Was it this one? It was this one. I have to keep the sentiments out so I know. I don't know if I can get it out. Yeah, it's okay to sit and simply feel how you feel. That's what's going to go on here. So we're going to stamp that on this Countryside Corners die. Again, using our Calypso Coral. It's getting a lot of use tonight. I just love these sentiments. All right. I have a couple pieces of the Designer Series paper that we're going to add to our card. And then on this, I need my Calypso Coral Stampin' Blends. I'm going to use the darkest one. And I'm going to do a little bit of splattering on this piece. Like so. And then we're going to layer up this card. So we've got this piece that we just speckled and this little strip of striped patterned paper. Oh, so I have to tell you guys, like, some of you watching are on my team, but some aren't. But I've been working on having guests come to our team meeting, and I'm excited to have one of our $1 million sales achievers and the Queen of Paper Pumpkin coming to present to our team and talk to our team at this weekend's team meeting. I am always excited to be able to share time with my team, and it's even fun when I can have someone else come and share with them. So if you guys are part of the Paper Pumpkin fan club, and if you are one of my customers or team members, you might have seen the name Rachel Tessman come through on your Paper Pumpkin exclusives, because our Paper Pumpkin Creatives tutorial group that I'm in is founded and created by Rachel Tessman. She will be talking about Paper Pumpkin with our team this weekend, so I am excited. Okay, so I have some of this beautiful petal pink scalloped ribbon, and we're gonna add this. I had to have some ribbon on a card, and none of the other ones have it. So this one had to have it. So I wrapped it around the card front, and I'm giving it a bow because it makes really pretty bows. Okay, let's slide that over. Then we're going to add this. So let's put this down a little bit. We're going to add this. I need my bow to go in a certain direction. All right. All right, I'm going to show you how I'm going to keep it where I want it. But first, we're going to add some dimensionals to our sentiment. And add that on. And sometimes when I want a bow to stay a certain place or a certain angle, I like to take glue dots and hold it down. Put it where it needs to go. So I just take and pull them off. I'm going to even, whoops, it stuck to my finger. Put this one down here. So it just keeps it exactly where you want it. So you don't have to worry about it being over your sentiment. All right, so you can still have your popped up bow. I need to trim this just a little bit more. Come on. Okay, so there's that, and now we need some of our pretty low profile dots. Oh, I need a big one. Putting it right there. All right, it's okay to sit and simply feel how you feel. So that is card number 3, sweet and simple, but featuring that beautiful label and then the paper to give that sentiment like its little focal point. All right, moving on to card number 3. This is the one I have to run and grab the sketch off of my printer. Hold on just a second. I'll be right back. I left something on my printer. I do this every week. All right. Here's what I left on my printer. So this is a creative challenge. So Stampin' Up posts creative challenge for demonstrators and customers alike. It doesn't matter if you are a customer or a demonstrator. They just want to inspire. So this was one that they had posted the other day, and they said, which do you like, this or that? And they did a whole kind of video. So if you go to the Stampin' Up! Facebook page, you can see the video where they talked about using sketches and how you can take a sketch and interpret it to make a card. So I thought I would use one of these sketches to make one of our cards tonight. So I picked this one. Okay, so this is the one I picked. And I saw on here this inhale, exhale. I saw this here. But when I went to create my card, I didn't do it in lines exactly like this. So when you take a card layout or sketch like this, you can interpret it in certain ways. So this circle doesn't have to just mean that you can only use a circle. It just means that there's some kind of shape there, you know? This banner could be a banner that's a sentiment, or it could be a piece of coordinating cardstock, or it could be a piece of ribbon. And even though the card is a portrait, like you can take and rotate it this way and do a landscape card. And same with this, like this one of the suggestions they had with this one, which I thought was really awesome, is this would be a great adaptation for a scrapbook page. So like if you could view like a picture here and these, you know, I see sunbursts here, but it doesn't have to be, but you know, it's all about how you interpret it. So this is the one I picked to work with tonight. And so I have a Moody Mauve card base. Moody Mauve is one of our outgoing in colors. And so it will not be available very much longer. It still was, I think, the paper was when I started tonight. But I also have a few other things to share that are going out. Do you see this beautiful design, this embossed paper? This is the distressed tile embossing folder, and this is also on the last chance list. It's $9. I am really having a heartache about this because I've used this a lot. So 162-189, $9, creates a gorgeous design. I love to take our gold or copper enamel effects and rub it over it and rub it on those raised pieces. It makes a really beautiful kind of patina look to it. But I just embossed this layer of cardstock that we're going to use on our card. So I'm going to keep that here as a reminder of what we're doing, so you can see how I interpreted this card sketch. And so if you are trying to figure out, you know, like a card to make and you're not sure what to do, like look for card sketches, and you can take them and use them and interpret them kind of how you see it. We also have card sketches in our catalogs now, which I love. And I just think they're an awesome tool. And when I was at Onstage, one of my good friends, Hillary, gave me this awesome little gift, Jen's sketchbook, and she printed all of the sketches out of the current catalogs so I could use them as inspiration for when I am designing projects. So how cool is that? They even have tags. And now there are scrapbook sketches in our catalog, but thought that was a really sweet gift. And it's hanging right next to my workstation. All right, so I've got that piece on there. Now, I don't normally do this, but I am using something tonight. I'm giving you a sneak peek of something. So I'm giving you a sneak peek of some new dies that are coming out in May. So this is a die. This is the mixed florals, or the mixed media florals designer series paper. It's that beautiful page that I love. And this is one die that cut out the oval plus this frame. Okay, this is a new set that you're going to want in May when the catalog comes in. Just going to show you. This is the Impressions A Bloom. It's part of a bundle, but even if you just get these dies, they're gorgeous. So if you place your order with me and get the card kit, then you are going to get some samples from this because I am using them on this card. So I wanted this framed detail also on my oval. So I'm going to turn my oval over and I'm going to actually tape it together. And I have just some Scotch tape. So I'm going to get it all lined up. And just run, oops, I didn't do that very good. Smaller tape. Okay, so I'm going to go around the edge and just in the top and sides and corners, just get it. I think I have it slightly crooked, but it'll be okay. There we go. There's probably a better way to do this, but I wanted this detail. I need to tack that corner down to be attached to it. There. That works. So see how I have that? I'm going to stick this one corner down. It's like I'm wrapping a present. I use a whole roll of tape. All right, there we go. I do have one little piece sticking out, so I'm going to trim that off. And now I'm going to take that Inhale, Exhale stamp set, or stamp, and I'm going to stamp it. Clean off my stamp. My chamois needs a good washing. Okay, so this is featuring boho blue in this designer series paper, another retiring in color. And I am just going to take, and I'm going to stamp off and stamp on my designer series paper. And wherever I ended, I'll kind of go back and so it's like a line going completely across, but I'm not worried about it being complete. Oops, I did full strength. It's going to partly be covered, so it's okay. Okay, so that is how I interpreted the sentiment here. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a rectangle with rectangles in it. You can interpret it your way. And that's how I interpreted it. And I am going to add this to the center of my card. Like so. Okay, now, here was my original one that I did beforehand. a little bit better stamping on this one. Maybe I should use this one on my card. It's okay. There's going to be something over that anyway. All right, so if you saw, there were some beautiful flower dies, and I decided to just use white to accent on here. So I am going to, this is a circle, I'm going to use these flowers as the shape. And grab my glue. I am working on a fun project over on my cutting table, which is right over here, which is where my glue was. So this would be a great time to use the adhesive sheets. I did not do that, so I'm just gonna put some glue on here and stick them down. Try not to make a mess of myself or my project. Okay. And then I'm going to add these two flowers on dimensionals. So I'm going to start with the smallest one. Here, and then put a couple of dimensionals on the back of this big one and add it. I love these flowers because the cool part is that if you want to stamp and die cut the flowers, you can, or if you just want detailed dies like this, you can do that. So, but those aren't available until May. So, but you will get some of these if you get the card kit. So I'm just taking and placing the little circles here. The flower centers. Just some beautiful tone on tone. And then I've got some leaves here that I'm going to attach with glue dots. Let's just stick them all on here. I don't know if I need 4 or if just 3 will be enough. If it's like embellishments, like you just need an odd number. There's 1. Put maybe 1 up here. That will be good. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like something about the placement there. Okay. All right, so we've got our flowers on. Now I have a piece for the inside, so I'm just going to add that on. I need to tack this little piece down right here. There we go. All right, so now for my sentiment, I have a piece of Moody Mauve, and I am going to heat emboss the sentiment in white. So we're going to take that. I'm going to take and just use my embossing buddy. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment in Versamark. It's okay to try again tomorrow. This this what I planned on using? Yeah, it is. Let's see. And we're going to put some white embossing powder. Oh, is this white or is this clear? I got the wrong color out. This is clear. Let me grab my white. I was like, something looks weird about that. It didn't look right. This is why you use a spoon. I don't ever get this all over my hands. Look at this, guys. All right. Making a mess. All right, let's get this heat set. Clover is sleeping up in the corner up here, and she's going to be nervous when I turn on this heat tool because she does not like it. She's looking at me now like, what is that noise? So I'm going to take and just do circles. You can see it starting to turn white. See, I'm all done, Clover. The scary machine is all done. Okay. I'm going to add this, I think right there. I'm going to add it on dimensionals. Now, I did not make this card beforehand. I just kind of laid it out and I said, I think this is what I want to do. I'm going to have to trim the end off. Oops, let's put it down a little lower. No, I want to cover, I'm going to take this opportunity to cover up that big, too dark inhale, exhale that I didn't stamp off. Okay, and now I'm going to just take my snips, which I have covered up here somewhere on my desk, right here with my chamois. Cut that off. So now I'm going to take some of these gold okay. And then if you want, you can take and, you know, accent, I don't know, just like one, because you don't want to cover up all the cool detail in the center of those floral dies, as you can see. So I just put one on each. So that is my interpretation of this sketch. So that's how you can take a sketch and interpret it a little differently than what it has on there. Now, I think it needs one more thing. I think it needs one more thing. It needs a twine bow. It didn't feel done. So I'm going to add a little bow here. up. If I would lay my scissors down in the same place every time, I wouldn't be wondering where the heck they were. But I put them everywhere. All right, so I'm gonna add this bow up here with a mini glue dot, and then that card is going to be basically done. Okay. Let's untwist that little bow. Sometimes twine gets twisty on you. There we go. All right, so there is my finished card. Let's put everything back in its home. So here are our 4 cards tonight. We'll just scoot that mess out of the way. So remember, if you came in late, this card was inspired by my friend Jen's crab card. So those are the 4. Don't you guys just love these floral dies? I just love them, and I just love all the texture between that embossing folder in the back and then the texture made with the stamped sentiment over and over again. I just love it. So here are 4 cards that you can give to anyone who really just needs to know that it's okay. It's okay to be where you are today. It's okay to feel how you feel. I just was really feeling this stamp set, so I hope you guys were too. Now, here's the question of the day. Which one is your favorite? Post in the comments which one of these is your favorite card. The black and white with the butterfly. I'm going to call this the bold butterfly because of this bold pattern. So black and white butterfly, bold butterfly. The sweet and simple with a bow, or the sneak peeked flowers. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Which one is your favorite? Vote in the comments. Got first one, second one. Give me some more answers down there in the comments, friends. I want to know which ones you think are your favorite. So again, here's the first one, a little close up with the black and white butterfly. Number 2 is the graphic butterfly, which was inspired by my friend Jen's crab card. Number 3 was the sweet and simple, using those Countryside Corners dies, which you need. These, if you don't have, you need to put them on your order. And then this one. Carol, this is my favorite too. I love all the texture, so that is my favorite. So there was a sentiment I was going to put on the inside of that one. Oh, I was going to put, what can I do to help? I think that's the only one I haven't used. So I'm going to add on the inside, here, I'll turn this down really quick again. On the inside of this one, I am going to add in the blue, boho blue, what can I do to help? There. Now, I have officially used every stamp in this whole entire stamp set for this class. So how is that for getting good use out of your stamp set? Used every one. Patience, you said number 3 is your favorite. Okay. I like them all. Evelyn says D, so that's her favorite. Candy says she liked them all, but the bold paper was her favorite. That's what Patience. All right. Awesome, friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight's Tuesday Night Live. I'll give you a little turn of the computer here just so you can see. Do you see? Where? Right here. She's sleeping up there. I have been trying to get her to just go up there and sleep so that she's just in here with me because I want my girls with me, but they can wreak havoc. And so, yeah, Clover is up there just passed out asleep, enjoying being in the craft room with mommy. So, all right, friends. Now, just as a recap in case you missed the beginning of the video, now through April 13th is the last chance to use a host code to get my free class. Things are going to be changing on the 15th, and so I'm going to have a new kind of system for how my free class works on Tuesday nights. So I'm still working that out, but when it's time, you'll know. So the last host code, it's in the video description, so you can place your order with the host code, and you will want to place it by noon on the 13th because we have to close out all host codes by the end of the night on the 13th. So all the information is in the video description. If you have any questions, please just let me know. I'm here to help you guys. If you are local to Gainesville, this Saturday is Coffee and Cards at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll be making 6 sweet and simple cards. I would love to have you join me. And then in the afternoon at 2 o'clock, we are having a maker meetup. So if you would like to just come and bring a project and make some friends, meet some new friends, or whatever, I would love for you to be able to come hang out and make some new crafty friends. You know, like just bring anything. If you have a kit that you want to work on, or you have a card that you're working on, or if you want to cross stitch while you're there, it doesn't matter, any craft. It's just to kind of get together and maybe make some new friends, meet some new friends. So if you'd like to come hang out, that's from 2 to 4 at the studio. And yeah, it'll be a weekend full of crafting. So thank you guys so much. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday with something else fun. Have a great night. Bye.